Today, we're diving into some absolutely staggering numbers from Apple. We're not just talking about a good year, we're talking about a record-shattering performance. So, how does one of the biggest companies in the world have its best year ever? Let's break it down.
Okay, let's just start with the big one, around $416 billion. That was Apple's total revenue for their 2025 fiscal year. I mean, to put that in perspective, that is more than the entire economic output of some countries. It's a number so huge it's kind of hard to even wrap your head around.
And look, this wasn't just a good year. We're talking about the best year in Apple's entire history. But a number like that, well, it's not just a statistic, right? It's really the final page of a very successful story. So, in this explainer, we're going to turn back the pages and see exactly how they did it.
All right, first up, let's get the big picture view, the full results from that incredible fiscal year 2025. And by the way, it's really important to remember that for Apple, their fiscal year runs from October to September. That little detail is going to be key.
And get this, the records weren't just for revenue. Apple also pulled in a record net income, we're talking pure profit, of about $112 billion. That just goes to show you, the company isn't just selling a lot of stuff. They are selling it with incredible efficiency and profitability. Their whole financial engine is just accelerating.
So you gotta ask, where is all this incredible momentum coming from? What's the secret sauce behind this kind of record-breaking growth?
Well, the answer really comes down to what you could call Apple's twin growth engines. So let's unpack the why behind these huge numbers.
And what's so crucial here is that this success isn't just random luck. It is built on two incredibly strong pillars. First up, you've got the powerhouse demand for the iPhone. That's still the company's anchor for sure. And then, second, you have the just relentless growth of their services division. That's everything from the App Store and iCloud to Apple Music, and it's growing at this crazy double-digit pace.
And this isn't some one-time thing either. Throughout the entire fiscal year, these two parts of the business were the reliable workhorses, just delivering solid results quarter after quarter after quarter.
So how exactly do you build up to a massive number like that? I mean, a record year doesn't just happen overnight. It's put together piece by piece, quarter by quarter.
The story for fiscal 2025 really kicks off with a bang. The very first quarter, which remember, covers that all-important holiday shopping season, it just immediately set this incredibly powerful tone for the whole year.
And the number for that first quarter alone? Almost $125 billion. Now, at the time, that was the single biggest quarter in Apple's history ever. I mean, talk about a massive start to the year, right?
And that momentum, it didn't just fade away after the holidays. Nope, it just kept rolling right through the year. The summer quarter brought in another $94 billion, which was a record for that specific time of year, proving their strength wasn't just about the holidays.
And then, to cap it all off, the final quarter of the fiscal year delivered another huge performance. It pulled in over $102 billion, and that's what really cemented that full-year record we started with.
But here's where the story gets really, really impressive. Just when you think they've hit their peak, the very next quarter, the start of the new fiscal year, was even bigger.
And this chart just shows the jump perfectly. On the left, you've got that record-setting holiday quarter from fiscal 2025, and on the right, the exact same quarter, just 1 year later. You can just see it. The growth is undeniable.
So that new quarter came in at an absolutely astonishing $143.8 billion. It completely shattered the previous all-time record and set a totally new standard for the company. So the growth isn't just continuing, it's actually accelerating. Okay, I know we've thrown a lot of really huge numbers at you. So let's kind of take a step back and put it all together just so we can see the full picture of this incredible run they've been on. And this table here lays it all out pretty beautifully. You can see that full record year right at the top, and then you see the individual quarters that built it. And check it out, right there, second from the top, that's that incredible Q1 2026 number. It just shows such a clear and powerful upward trend.
And hey, just one last little reminder to help all these numbers make sense. You might hear Q1 and automatically think January, but like we mentioned, Apple's business year, their fiscal year, actually ends in September. So what does that mean? It means their Q1 is actually the holiday season. And that explains why it's always such a blockbuster quarter for them.
So when you really zoom out and look at all of this, the data tells one crystal clear story.
This isn't a fluke. It's not one lucky quarter. It is a powerful narrative of consistent growth, and it's all fueled by that unbeatable combination of their iconic hardware and that rapidly expanding services ecosystem.
Which leaves us with one final fascinating question. After setting the bar this incredibly high, can Apple possibly do it again? What would it even take to beat their own record? Now that's the multi-billion-dollar question we'll all be watching. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.